Hello, here to show you the young first words coloring right here. Is you got this like the Sesame Street character. It's like you say Elmo, and then along with a few other colorings that I went included. And first of all, as you got right here, is you got the ice cream truck, and then along with the it's like the ice, the hand with say is with the bubble gum in the middle. It's like I don't even know. I think if we all remember that that ice cream truck that most of the places that would have like an ice cream truck that would come from street to street, and then they would have kids that would walk up to the side right here, and then there'll be a window right here where the person inside the truck would be there with the ice cream in the center. It's like in the back part of the truck, and then the kid would pay for the ice cream, and then they would hand them the ice cream. But if I remember right, that one of my favorite ice creams, of course, was the hand, the bubble gum hand or something, and then along with a few others. I don't know if it was the ice cream cone or whatever, but if I remember right, in the town I grew up at, which they had a Swan's truck that would deliver Swan's ice cream. And I'm sure a lot of people here would probably say that they are familiar with Swan's ice cream. And a lot of times with Swan's ice cream, I don't even know if they're still in business. But of course, it's like they had like certain type of ice cream. You say let's say the ice cream bars. One, I think they had like walnut covered chocolate, and then chocolate filling ice cream in the center is like the kind of a chocolate coated type ice cream by Swans. And the thing is that about so far as ice cream companies, you get Swans, but then with the ice cream truck right there, and then along with the fish, it's like, if I remember right, that the fish would have been, I'm pretty sure would have been one of my very first pets that I had. And then along right here you got the bridge right here. But this stuff right here came with an entrance to me whenever I was much younger, probably I would say about 7. That my first, I would probably start saying my first words around the time that I was 7. And it's like whenever you're 7, that your first words will probably be like something like hi, but hi, but then after that, but so far as it known as like for the fork and spoon, and more likely in the next couple of years from now that they may have something different other than a fork and spoon. You may have fork and spoon in one, or whatever you call it. That's something else that you can use to handle a dessert or a snack, or anything that goes on your plate. It's like, so far as spaghetti, that a lot of times people probably say that spaghetti is one type of food product that would require a fork and a spoon, unless if you want to get yourselves messy, that it's going to make a mess that is to handle the fork and spoon. But so far with the cake right here, is so far as dealing with the fraction, that I'm sure I'm said before that math wasn't really my favorite subjects. At one time, and maybe it was for a short amount of time, and then it got more difficult. But let's just say if you have it right here, one whole, you say say maybe a whole, say full. I'll just say full fraction. So far as the fraction problem right here, that you have right here is you have whole. And if you were to cut it, it's like take one slice, and then more likely that will probably be enough slices if you cut the slices small enough to serve about 10 people. And of course, like with the birthday, it's like birthday cake when I was 7. More likely that I think that with the size cake, I think it was only big enough, for big pieces that they you say more likely serve about maybe 5, something like that. But I would probably say my first words so far as whenever I was 7, would have probably been as like hi, or is like, or bye bye, or something like that. But I remember whenever I was about 7 years old, and that whenever I was in school, that I remember that I had problems spelling my last name. That if I remember right, I'll go ahead and try to write it down right here. But this is pretty much how they spelt my name in the first grade. See here, go ahead and write my name right here. And this I'm pretty sure that's how they spelt my name. They spelt it like this. And see here, of course, I didn't learn to write in cursive until the 4th or 5th grade, but that's pretty much how they spelt it. And the way I say it, the way I spelt my name a lot of times would probably be as like in big letters, such as you say is Matt is like with slanted type letters. That's usually something like that would be how I would spell my name a lot of times. But of course, it's like you say, having your dot, young first words. The young first words is like so far with hi. I think that would have been my handwriting probably back in like the kindergarten, first grade. And then of course, the way I spell hi now is pretty much like that. Is that it's like much neater, much neater. Maybe being nice, even right on the lines. It's like is how they want you to write it. So far is the word fish. Is they have it with capitals. Let's say if the line were right here, and they have you spell fish. But basically, it's like first was my first pet, and then along right here is you got the ceramic art right here, cup, but it's a cup, or it could be a bowl, and along the train. But I remember whenever I was a kid that I wanted a fan. So far as the Sesame Street characters, I think it's the fan, and then along with the lamp and the night light, it's like I was kind of a Sesame Street fan. And then of course it's like if I remember right, look at the baby photos, but of course I don't know if it was my favorite TV show or not, but what you got right there is the Smurfs. And of course is that I don't know if it was ever my favorite TV show. It's like, tell you what, that it may have been my favorite TV show, maybe whenever I was about maybe 4 or 5, but you got Smurfs right there. But I would probably say that one of my birthday, one of my baby, the first on my first birthday, one of my birthday presents would have been is maybe a T-shirt, or maybe a toy, a chew toy, something like that. But basically, so far as the subjects is that one of my, of course, I think is basically one of my favorite subjects, of course, was history, and along with the language arts. But one thing that I was really good at most of the time whenever I was in high school, it was kindergarten, elementary and middle school and high school, all three. So far as school goes, is whenever I was in school, that so far as being creative is creating, creative art was something that I was really always good at, and a lot of times, say this, I would try to say I enjoy it, and I would probably say that one of these days it might be look at being a career, but until then I would probably say that look at it as a hobby. But so far as you got the young first words is when I was 7, and along with right here is a fan. But other than that, is that you got Elmo, and along with the Sesame Street character, and along with the young first words color.